What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel.
Greetings everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm your host Sir Warren, and today we're going to start a new series called Childish Decency. Alright, we all make mistakes, and sometimes, just sometimes, your hand has been forced to do something you do not want to do, and that's to apologize. Now, what I'm talking about is not just a simple I am sorry, because some people don't even know the concept or understand the concept of an apology. And that seems very interesting to me. But you know, it's hard to do something if you never have done it before. Because that is the impression I get from the most apology videos I see on the internet. I think that person would never had the fair chance to actually apologize like they mean it. Or apologize in the correct manner. It can be an apology to perhaps one person or a whole community at the same time. This could be for, I don't know, stealing, doxing, spreading rumors, you have whatever, like a dominant position. I kind of feel sorry for you for not understanding what it all means to feel sorry for something you've done. Because everybody deserves a second chance, don't they? Depending on what they've done, of course. If they're willing to learn to start fixing the problems they have caused themselves, they should be the ones to fix it before getting a second chance. And here's the kicker. It's almost the fact that people have to be outraged before they make an apology. Or an apology video in that matter. The reason why I'm still calling these apology videos is because they themselves are calling it an apology video. Even though sometimes the word sorry didn't even occur in the video itself or anywhere in their apology at all. They just make an apology video and then move on without taking any responsibility. You know what that does to me? I can literally feel my organs fail me. Instead of doing that, it's so clear that the apology is mostly there just to negate the problems they have caused. So what we are going to do now is I'm going to tell you the properties of a bad apology. And no, I'm not helping the guys or the girls who are goofing up and trying to use this to strengthen their apology in something shitty they have done and eventually not taking any responsibilities. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is a way to address flaws of a bad apology, make you see that a little bit of self-reflection could help out everybody, including yourself. So the theme of this video is going to be growing up, and that's why the whole show is called Childish Decency. I hope you guys enjoy it. So listen well, you 20 to 40-year-old children. I'm going to split up this video in different chapters and see the definitions of a bad apology in general. I hope you guys enjoy it. Properties of a bad apology.
Hi guys, it's 1:45.
I want to talk to you guys in this video. It's been so hard.
I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart for being such a big part of cancel culture.
That we have made some terrible parenting decisions.
I'm finally by myself.
I do feel bad, you know, I'm like, I know it's like a big deal.
I just want to send out prayers to the...
I decided to take a month off of social media due to the negativity surrounding my platform.
I've taken a lot of time to do a lot of self-reflection.
Hi, if you've been watching me for a while, and I'm so sorry, and it's true, I'm an asshole. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I can't really do much because I already did it. The damage has been done. You guys already saw a money-hungry side of me, and it is what it is, and there's nothing I can really do but say sorry and give you these
I'm sorry.
That's so far from the truth.
We put things on the internet that should not be there.
And I reinforce that kind of behavior. And I'm so sorry. And I've really let not only you down, but a lot of people down. A lot of people that watch me.
Emotional. Yeah, remorse. Forcing emotions. The classic example to show how sorry you are is to make sure how dearly the situation affects you on an emotional level. It just really shows that somebody who wants to apologize has the biggest sigh. It just shows that they don't want to apologize in the first place. When somebody is not able to feel sorry or feel anything about a situation that they have created, but they should feel sorry about it, they have to find other tactics when they're feeling sorry for themselves. Like children, when they did something bad, they will look down or touch their face and simultaneously hide their face so their parents or teachers are not able to see what kind of facial expressions they are making. Or they just straight up cry. The problem is, when they cry a lot, they will be less credible every time they do it. And that's basically what their reaction is. I should feel sad, and then they proceed on showing you that they are very sad, really sad even. Okay, so if that is the case, if you do not feel any remorse or don't feel anything at all about the situation that you have created where others are literally outraged by, that means that you're most likely not getting the point on why you should feel anything at all, or at least feel some remorse. Then please proceed on not making an apology or an apology video where you portray yourself to be extremely sad and remorseful because you're not remorseful, because you're not sorry. And if you do, you're just lying to everybody you're apologizing to. And that really shows how shallow you really think about the situation that you have caused. So here's a tip. Reflect on why you should feel anything at all about a situation that you have created when you don't feel it at first. Become engaged by actually understanding the problem before doing anything else. I am sad because you guys are angry. Really? It's a bad answer. And even a worse reason. It is completely useless to address the fact that people are mad at you when you're apologizing. Have you asked yourself why people are mad at you in the first place? Before you want to apologize? Because if you haven't, all you will do is just defend yourself and your cause, and most likely lie about your feelings regarding the situation. But you know, it's just about defending yourself in the end, isn't it? And that's a damn shame. Ah, yes. Addressing the controversy. My God, how refreshing you are. I'm sorry about the fact that I am wearing different clothes and it's a different time of day, but I'm not gonna shoot this video in one freaking go because that's not possible for me. I'm sorry about that. And if I broke the continuity for you because of that... Anyways, so defending yourself might be the main reason why you apologize in the first place. But that's not an apology to start with. So you should weigh your options and have a look again on what you should be really doing. But of course, you still have to do it because everybody wants you to apologize for what you did. So it automatically feels very forced when you do it and not genuine at all. We're going to have a look at what makes a victim or a person play the victim. And yeah, I'm just gonna tell you what they are. Bad things always happen to me. Or other people or circumstances are to blame for my situation. Other people or circumstances are to blame for my misfortune. We also have other people do the same thing. So why can't I do it? And lastly, any efforts to change will fail. So why even try? So these different beliefs are easily to be looked over at, right? But let's give these people the benefit of the doubt and let's just have a look at it. It is definitely possible that the person who tries to apologize actually see themselves as the victim or playing the victim card without even knowing it. The main reason why somebody might be thinking that way is because they don't see the situation that they have created or the effect that had on the people, but they see the fog of war that is surrounding a whole situation. The people who are outraged by their actions, that's their main focus. That's what they're looking at all the time. But in actuality, it is a fight that they did bring to themselves. It's a situation where they themselves are obviously right in the middle of, but they forget that not everything is about them in this whole conflict. What happens here is they want to get rid of it without taking any responsibility. And that's the reason why a lot of people are hating on these people who do not do anything to better the situation. And of course, when they do actually try to fix the situation, that means they would admit to what went wrong, that it was their fault, and it would take even more effort to clean up the mess that they have left behind. But it is the right thing to do, even though it would take more work to fix it. It's a fun little cycle that lots of sorry people on the internet are farming these days. You have these examples on where they show extremely stupid, unethical behavior. People start noticing these stupid, unethical behaviors. They start to acknowledge it and make sure that the ones who did it should not get away with this. And then they play the victim. How nice. And then the cycle starts all over again. But, you know, in the circle of spite, you also have these people who react to some unethical behavior with threats. And to be honest, I think those people are absolute idiots. They're wow, you're such an idiot. If you look at it clearly, right? If you are the one who sends a threat to somebody who did something extremely unethical, which, you know, it's a common reaction for lots of people on the internet. That's one of the most dumb things you can do, because you're literally giving those people a reason to be an actual victim. So the fact that they are playing the victim turns into the fact they are an actual victim of hate, a victim of threats. And that's really scary. You're literally giving them a reason to be actually legitimately a victim of a situation that they themselves have caused. They want to get rid of the hate when the real victims really just want you to fix the problem, and they want to make sure that you won't do that again to them or anybody else. They might disagree with literal facts about their behavior or any feedback that has been sent to them or any criticism at all. They will just ignore it and see it as a lie instead. But you know, criticism is not about somebody personally. It's about the actions that have occurred during a certain situation. And those actions have effect on other people, which in this case obviously is negative. Take criticism not in a personal way. Take it in a way where you can grow from, reflect, and actually take the chance to better yourself. Okay, so somebody says, you are playing the victim. Don't shoot in the defense and just spur slurs like, you don't know me or my situation. But they started doing things. But they started doing things to me. Or the classic, you're fucking delusional.
All of these people for what they've done to me. And for them to be tweeting right now, I'm playing the victim. I am the fucking victim.
If somebody tells you that you are playing the victim, don't shoot in defense, ask them why they think you're playing the victim. Because perhaps you are playing the victim without you even knowing it. That way, you are able to understand the situation and their perspective before throwing a damn tantrum. I don't know if you ever heard of the term being an adult, but that's what it is. Because maybe they are wrong about you, and you are not actually playing the victim here. And that way, you are able to share your perspective without being heated, without being childish. Ding, ding, ding. And you might be able to change somebody's perspective on you and your situation in that matter. Or it is possible for you to finally see that you are indeed playing a victim and you are able to make a change from then on, even if you knew it or not. But if you genuinely did not know that you were playing the victim in a situation, please change your destructive behavior, because it will stand in your own way to have a good relationship with somebody else, like a coworker, a family member, a group of people, or even a community. But then again, some people who are playing the victim, or actually are the victim, don't always want your advice. They just want your sympathy. I'm sorry. But it's everybody else their fault. I would have been okay if you guys were not such idiots and understand me as much as I do understand myself. Wow. Well, you don't have to say it exactly that way, but if you explain in your apology that in some sort of way, it's always somebody else their fault for the whole situation that has been unfolded, you're probably making excuses. And, of course, blaming other people for the terrible things that's been going on. Because if you're just doing this, making excuses, blaming other people, you're just trying to trick everybody into your innocence so you won't have to deal with the situation head on. And of course, you're just defending yourself in the process. Always a classic. But you know, nothing sounds more sad than somebody trying to apologize when they're raising their own self-defending shield. Wait, I need to grab something good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did this because I got manipulated into the situation. And if it wasn't for this kind of culture, I would have never done this.
Of course we were not there, but we know what you did, and it was unacceptable. There are no excuses. Wait, I can do that better. There are no excuses to my actions. But this is also a frequently used catchphrase, right? In many apologies. Even if it's just one, we just don't want to hear your excuses. We just want to know how you're going to fix the problem and how sorry you are, of course. And some people just want to see you cry. People are not here ready to listen to excuses and why you did some things and how it all developed in the situation that it now is. An apology is to know if the person who apologizes knows exactly what they did wrong and confirms it that they were in the wrong at that moment. Because that's what an apology is. They confirm what went wrong. They acknowledge their wrongs in the situation. And what would be the best thing is providing a solution or asking what would be a solution to help the situation and fix the problem. Because in the end, some people might still be angry and not accept your apology. And that's completely fair. Some people don't have to accept your apology. Even if it's a very good one, even if you fix the problem afterwards, they don't have to accept your apology. It's human to not be able to accept your apology. In the end, you are responsible for your own actions and your own reactions on certain situations. You are accountable for those things. So here's the tip for this chapter. Know what you did wrong and tell people how you're going to fix the problem. Oh, and don't even get me started on people who try to use the fact that they are in a dark place or depressed, because that's not a reason for you to inflict more hate or more pain on other people, because most likely you're going to inflict depression or sending people to a dark place because of your actions. And here's the thing, right? Mental issues are very real. But if you know that you have a problem, you are responsible for yourself to find help. If you are in a dark place or if you are depressed, please speak with people about this problem. Because if you don't and you let yourself go to hurt other people in that process, then you are indeed responsible for those things. Even if you have a depression or are in a dark place or are not mentally well in any sort of way. And here's the thing, right? Because some people who are in a dark place and are depressed, and they do discussing things to other people, when they are doing that, they are causing the same problems to other people. You hate to be depressed, but at the same time, you're inflicting depression on other people. Talk to people around you, friends, family, a doctor. And this is not me hating on people who have depression and making bad choices. This is me being concerned for your well-being and not taking responsibility to actually fixing your mental issues. Because there might be a solution for you if you start looking for them. All your actions have consequences in the end, whether you're depressed or not. Also, even when your intentions were not to hurt anybody at all, you're still able to apologize for when you accidentally do. Because in the end, you still did that certain thing that somebody else suffered from, and you are still capable to apologize and make it right. Okay, so when it comes to people who have lots of fans and they have to apologize, the first thing they do is apologize to the fans, even though the situation isn't always about them. The fans most likely just witnessed your extremely dumb actions or the responsibility that you did not take, and they are very angry about it. So don't apologize to them. Apologize to the people who are actually the victims. Start apologizing to the people that you hurt first, not anybody else. Victims first. If those people were fans or co-workers, be more specific to what kind of fans were hurt in your actions. After all, that's the reason why you have to apologize in the first place. And yes, this part is specifically for me, targeting companies, YouTubers, big influencers, or big fan bases who deserves a big ass yikes sticker from me. Others think that giveaways are a way to fix the problem they have caused because, oh, I've done this before. Oh, here's some gift cards to try and fix it and hush it over. What are you, an idiot? No, he probably thinks the fans are the idiots. Well, thanks for clarifying. It's disgusting to think that some people are able to buy themselves out of a situation, which probably happens often. It's like somebody is cooking a nice meal for themselves, you pass by, and for some stupid reason, you think, oh, it would be funny to spit in his meal, you know? So you spit in his meal, they confront you on your actions, and you only give back a potato, money glued onto it, expecting you to be able to make a new meal out of that. You know, that's not how it works. What you really want to do is, first of all, apologize, and after that, you want to tell them how you're going to fix the problem. By example, taking back the old example, cooking a new meal for that person as an apology. That's how you should apologize. Don't start an excuse on, yeah, I spit in your meal because it looked disgusting, and the other week somebody else did it in your meal. Why do I have to apologize? Because he didn't have to apologize, or she. No, it's not about them. It's not about somebody else. It's about what you did right there and then. And the other people who also spit in her or his food, they should be ashamed as well. And they should also cook a new meal for that person, because that's bloody disgusting. So the apology would be, in this case, to cook a new meal for this person. And to be honest, yes, that's how you fix a problem. And yes, it's going to take some work to cook a new meal for this person, but that's the consequences you have to live with after being an asshole. Or maybe you don't have to do it straight away, but make sure you do it eventually in a short term and not years later. So here's the thing for this chapter. Putting work into fixing the problem is part of the apology. Right? Empty promises. The hardest part is, of course, to apologize and say sorry. But it's even harder to watch a person who has a lack of understanding of their own devoid of an apology. But promises are a beautiful scapegoat to make people shut up about the situation that they have created. And, of course, it's a beautiful way to tell people exactly what they want to hear, so they won't cry about it anymore. And being able to just avoid the responsibilities. Wow, we're saying a lot of responsibility here, don't we? Maybe there's a pattern here. I don't know what it is. It is a way to let everybody know that they are already working on it, so there's no reason to feel heated or to hate on them, because they're working on it. And then in reality, they don't want to do anything at all. This is a very narcissistic and very extremely selfish solution that you're picking. It's like watching a grown-up raised by a mom that always apologizes for them when they're doing something wrong. For all their terrible behavior, all their life, their mom just apologized for them, say they don't have to do it. But guess what? Even if you're a child, nobody asked your mom to apologize for you. It doesn't matter if you're just doing it wrong or crying. It's better to get the raw apology that is terrible than getting a good one from your mom. Because she is not the one who should be apologizing. It's you. Even if it was bad. Seeing a raw form of an apology is way better than somebody else apologizing for you. And then eventually they forget that their mom isn't always going to be there for them to be able to apologize for them. I do have to give it to her. Tana is getting better, but yeah, empty promises, right? Every time you do have to apologize, the credibility gets less and less. Sorry to break it to you. Now, to get back on the topic of empty promises. Words are empty words when there are no actions linked to any of them. It's something along the line of, I'm going to use this experience to grow as a person, and I'm ready to help others around me. But then proceed on not doing that at all.
No, I need that script.
Or they don't show any evidence in supporting on what they said to become true. Or even more fun, they help for a little bit and let it water down, and eventually they stop doing that thing they were doing as a promise, and then they revert back to their old habits. Sounds familiar? Even if you're able to reflect, better yourself, and change your behavior, there's still a possibility for you to revert back to old habits or doing the same shitty things to other people, which is unacceptable. Because from that moment on, when you made a terrible mistake, you are on thin ice after that. You're on thin ice about surrounding this subject, And if you're going to make the same mistake again, you just show that you did not learn anything from the whole situation, the whole casualty that has played out before. And to be fair, that is the price that you should pay. You should pay for that price. You learn from it, like you said, but eventually you do it again. It doesn't have to be the same person. It could be somebody else, but with the same situation. So here's the tip for this chapter. Promises have something to show for it. It doesn't only include to the victims in these situations, but it also includes to future victims that you hopefully will never encounter again with the same situation. But if you do, then you have broken your own promise. So it's also a fiesta when somebody fixes a problem with a certain person and then they move on with their lives, and then eventually they make the same damn mistake with somebody else. It doesn't matter if it's water under the bridge with one person, just don't make the same mistake. We're dealing with childish grown-ups at this point. Do you see now why I'm making this video? Or don't grab an example of something somebody else did to you for a reason for your shitty behavior, because again you're reverting back to playing the victim. Even if it's not only you, it's like a whole group of people doing something wrong, but you still have the responsibility for your own actions. Non-recognition. Selective memory is a fun little trick that some people love to use when logic and facts are destroying their arguments. I call it fun because it's quite bizarre on how it actually only works on them and on nobody else. Oh, maybe some people who are wearing the pink glasses when every red flag looks like a white one, aka the fans, the hardcore fans. And actually that makes the gaslighting that much easier. You just feed them any lies and they will numb everything. They will believe anything you say. Look at the Ace family. They still sold some tickets to some unfortunate souls who are wearing these dumb glasses. Or, I mean, not glasses, I'm sorry. Blindfolds.
Did I get you? Did I get you?
But I'm straying off topic here. Going back to the gaslighting part. If you're a grown-up person, you should not deny any facts that are stated during a conversation and a conflict with somebody else. If they have proof of literal facts to deny your truth, you have to submit to those truths. Don't defend and deny everything everybody else says instantly without listening. That just makes you even more guilty, believe it or not. It's smart to listen to why people think a certain way of you. Like I said in the previous chapter. Listening is key, people. Please listen to each other. If you don't take the words at heart, people who are trying to tell you that you're in a wrong will just get heated about everything you're doing in the conversation. Because if you're not listening, if you're just denying what they're saying, everything they are saying, and just perceive it as lies, even though they could fully well be the truth, you're just being a childish... Oh, I'm sorry, I spit in a mic. I mean, you're just a very childish person and you shouldn't be allowed to have any rights. Without getting heated, without lying, gaslighting, just tell your truth. Just come clean. That's the best thing you can do when you're in trouble with somebody else. And this is, of course, when you're not down deep in the shit. Because if you're deep into the problems, of course you're gonna lie. If you've done something where you have to lie about it, you know you're doing the wrong thing, right? And in the end, if you just talk about the truth, just give them your perspective and overview about the situation, you're not only giving them a good perspective on the situation, they can give you a good perspective as well. Because the saddest thing, what could be happening during a conversation, is when nobody actually had any ill or evil intent to another, but because of the miscommunication, others will think that way of you, or others will think that way of somebody else. And if you don't agree with me now, you're probably just still clinging to your own delusional beliefs. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say delusional because that's a big no-no word. I mean gaslighting beliefs. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Moving on. The reason why some people are doing this is because they have all the money they can spend to get away with everything they want. And they have this pedestal all the way up their ass that they skyrocketed through the freaking clouds, which allows them to lose connection with all human beings down below on Earth. But in reality, they just build a brick wall surrounding themselves, trying to protect themselves, even though all their bricks, all their arguments are built out of different material, which will not hold the wall for long. It will fall eventually. All the lies, all the deceit, it will fall eventually to the truth. Yes, that suffocating monkey wall won't help you. I like to call this place where these people are at the monkey bunker, where their egos can grow and the brain can die because of oxygen depletion. So if this is the case, get this through your monkey bunker skull brain. Being wrong does not mean you're a bad person. It is how you respond to people who point out your bad behavior or action. Oh, and one last thing. Don't put yourself on a pedestal where you do all these great things for the whole damn world, but you actually did something extremely shitty to this one person. You show off all the good things you're doing for the whole world without saying sorry to this one person you've treated terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself because you're still able to say sorry to this one person you've treated terribly. It's just disgusting, actually, that they're hiding behind their good deeds after they've done one thing wrong or multiple things wrong with this certain person, group, or a community. It's just disgusting. We all see through it now. At least I do. I hope you guys do too. So my last advice to you all is going to be a very simple one. Grow up. Thank you all so much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video, even though it did take 6 months. I also wrote a little song surrounding this project, so yeah, I'm going to work that out a little later on in a different video. But yeah, my next video is going to be about the properties of a good apology, so if you don't want to miss that, be sure to like and subscribe and show your support. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. But until then, I'm your host, Sir Warren, and I'm out. See you guys the next time. Bye bye.
For you.